chat. Finally, man, he was bad and stuff. Evacuation.
Flushed with success, Free IIR was hit hard by the sudden loss of its CO.
Colonel Green's death was taken about right from alcohol to out of
By 4 p.m, they were well advanced along the ridgeline, but the summit had to be taken by nightfall. On Baldy, the last hill before the summit. Despite the steep ground, the summit of Marianne Sand fell to the Australians just 45 minutes later. England Fusiliers attempt to take Hill 217 by successfully taking the feature known as the Hinge. At 8:40 p.m. on the 7th of October, the Chinese hit back at the hastily built Australian positions. 3 determined assaults were thrown back before the Hinge was finally secured.
Yeah. That's what we ended up leaving Mum behind. She just gets tired and my grandfather.
Good idea. Good plan.
That's what I think. The bayonet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it just flips around.
Yep.
The boys want to run around. Oh, so we did. But often, you know what they say in the light of day, the more stuff as a person. So does that not have a butt? It just has that thing. Doesn't have water.
The artillery, the airborne support. I'm not sure that we would survive too long.
by that time it was just starting to get a little bit of light, and that's when they were phantoms and the fast movers at the neighbourhood. They just dropped the neighbourhood up and down, just up and down the jungle.
Burrito 4, this is Flamboyant, loud and clear. How me? Over.
Flamboyant, Burrito 4, same. Flamboyant, call for fire. Target number 1201, coordinates 341, 694. Target is enemy position, troops in the open. Height 150 feet.
In Australia. And the Anzac legends didn't mention Martin, blood and tears.
It was an emotional experience, but it was a good experience. It was when I went to the museum and saw everything in there, so I broke down there then.
The cross, when anybody sees it, they think of the losses. For those from other corps who may not have been directly involved in the Battle of Long Tan, they see their own mates that they lost, the mates that they knew, but it's been adopted by many towns around Australia, it's been adopted by various organisations.
An opportunity to pay tribute to the men who died there and also to the 50,000 odd Australians who served at various times in Vietnam. They were appallingly treated by both people who supported and opposed the involvement in Vietnam. I think it's one of the things with which this country should collectively feel.
Right, today we're going to be inserting companies of 6RAR by combat assault and later extracting the northeast of Boyne. The LZ here at grid reference 542-574 is a large cleared area with long grass. The 101st will carry out artillery prep on the LZ for 10 minutes that ends at T-minus 5 minutes with FGA on standby. We'll have a light fire team from the US 135th Air Mobile, call sign Gunslinger. They'll stay in the area until the insertion is complete.
You're always a little apprehensive.
Before the first company inserted, we return to Nui Dat to get the second company. And following insertion, 4 aircraft remain on standby for resupply and medevac. Forward air controller call sign Jade 02 is on frequency.
You're lined up in slick order. There's dust. What smell is on that?
Procedures
You
apply.
dash out and go.
Extraction is planned to commence at 1800 hours tonight. Is there any questions?
Leaving the helicopter assault was extraordinary. I hadn't been inside. We didn't have seatbelts. You hope your mate would hold on to you by grabbing your pack.
Albatross Lead, this is J02. LZ is prepped from artillery strike complete. Gunships now suppressing some gunfire on south tree line. Albatross Lead, J. Roger, all sources keep artillery on immediate standby. Engine to 5 rounds after 3 minutes. On the supply line on the south tree line.
Copy, we are in 4 minutes out. Council, yeah, Albatross Lead, just request situation on that ground fire. Albatross formation consistently, we're 3 minutes out. Let's tighten it up.
You can see the mate's helicopters. He's so close.
Landing staying at trial left. Backs up ground fire, some tree line. Gunslinger is suppressing. Major O'Brien, did you copy that back there? Forward air control and gunships. Or some opposition on the southern tree line. Yeah, copy that.
It was noisy, but in a way, quite peaceful. Yeah, but that's soon changed when the LZ 2 minutes out.
Approaching LZ from the east. We're landing to the west. Possible light ground fire on the southern tree line. Gunslinger will be suppressing that area. Left hand gunner, be aware. 2 minutes out.
You've watched the signs of smoke, tracks.
Good luck.
closed off, and there you were, the operation had started.
That's got a four-cylinder Fiat engine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been around a while.
Malaya, January 1942. 5 weeks after Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor, thousands of Japanese troops moved down the Malayan Peninsula, their sights set on Singapore.
mistake he made was he didn't get permission. And when he came back, this little guard called him over and slapped him. Not very hard. Just asserting his authority, I suppose. And this fellow hauled off and flattened him. Dropped him cold. Well, of course, in no time, the other guards swarmed around him and others came from other places and they really did him over. And they took him away.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I don't know.
You'll see their mates at the graveside stand, quietly, slouch hats, holding hand. And you may grieve as they will too, the hopes and dreams which will not come true. In death, these men had but simple needs, no separate tracks from different creeds. The shoulders, which never were cold in life, are together in death, as they were in strife. You may gaze at the flag which hangs from the mast, to honour the men who were staunch to the last. And fancy you hear a quiet voice say, Australia, my country, will you repay? Will you warm my heart, give daily bread?
Named up the wall.
But I think there's pictures at the top as well. Yeah, let's get you off there as we have a major incident, which is not good. But I might watch today and I'll find out for you. That's no problem. I won't be one moment, guys, not going.